Hello everyone, welcome to the Matrix Decoding. My name is Andy. Today on in the episode 5 of the series of decoding the Matrix, we will go to the next one, the concept of awakening, enlightenment and realization. Now, we had shared with each other a lot of information about what is the matrix about, how many phases of the matrix, how many stages. So we have mainly, I will brief the content. So if you're new to the channel, you have roughly idea and then can go and rewatch all the previous videos that we had. So when we are living one life, we will go through the unconscious period of learning about the 3D material world. And then the next step is we will have to get to the conscious living, the conscious way of living. So we will take part into life more actively and making decisions much more from the level of our soul, the desire of the soul, the consciousness, rather than under the passive matrix triggered by all the egos. So between the two periods, we have the concept of awakening. And a lot of people use the term awakening or enlightenment and realizations. Basically, they actually say the same thing, but there's a slight difference between them. So today we will talk about that. So first of all, awakening. Awakening is the stage of you transforming from the unconscious to conscious living of your awareness. And most of the cases, it's gonna be a very personal experience and very private discovery of yourself through events in your life. And most of the cases, the event's gonna be quite hard and quite tough. It's like traumatize people to the extent that we will have no choices but to have to break out of the old selves. So for that reasons, people will say that you are awakened or I am awakened, and most of the times people because it involves in the karmic energies that people need to clear while they learning the experience at the same time in that unconscious stage. So most of the time that people will have to clear the karmic energy first. For example, you're going through the divorce, or someone did something bad to you, or someone stole the money off you, something that you treasure and you believe that's everything you got, and that's everything that you worked for the whole life, for example. That's why this stage normally is very painful unless you don't have karmic energies to clear, which means that you do a higher missions of the soul, spreading the light, or searching, looking for the answers for yourself to complete all the tasks before. Before here is previous life. Speaking of that, we will have to understand this. Each life we incarnated, we actually continue what we started of the first life. So how many lives once reincarnated depends on how fast your consciousness grow and learn about spiritual wisdom. Spiritual wisdom is not something mysterious. It's about the way the universe functions, the mechanisms of and the principles of how the universe works, what in life is about, and we go and find the answer who we truly are. And awakening is the transitioning time of people on the way to answer who they truly are. And it's very, very close to the realizations of who they truly are. So that is awakening. Now, enlightenment, it's the meaning very similar, but it can be referred to something bigger, the collective awakening. So it's a group of people awakened, because it's a timeline for people to be awakened. So normally they will be around 55 to 65. It can be at any age, a range of age. However, if the life you're living like now is not yet the life that add into the work that you're trying to do before, then you're probably not interested in spirituality or interested in getting awakened. So that is why a lot of people, even up till when they die, they start to wonder about themselves, why they kept doing this, what's the meaning of it, because suddenly they realize that their life become meaningless, more meaningless day by day. The closest to the day they die, the more they feel about it, and eventually at some life they will have to go through that awakening. But that will be a smaller way of getting through awakening, because you start to learning about life, and then realize it step by step. So there are small awakening, but the awakening we're talking here, before you get the answer about who you truly are, it's the major one to help you to break out of the matrix, and it's the final one. After that, you will become to the stage on the process to enlightenment, to join the collective enlightenment, or to become enlightened, which is it's just like these ascended masters in the past, Buddha, Jesus, all the saints in religions that we know, the people that put a lot of practicing and themselves into practices, and manage to enlighten while they still alive. And the good news is nowadays, because of new generations, new technologies, globalizations, um, the consciousness level of people is really high now. It's one of the highest in the history so far, and it close to the full development capacity of it. But that would be for another topic. But so the fact is, we don't have to be like Jesus. We don't have to be like Buddha, and we still manage to get awakened and become enlightened ourselves. Now, about realizations. Realizations is actually the realize about the answer. Doesn't matter how many questions you have in your life, it will always lead you to one final questions. Who you are, or who I am. And realizations is like the final products of awakening and enlightenment. Because it's not the title, or it's not the a, it's not the concept of the process, but it's the final the thing that we need to go and find an answer. So realization is the very final product of the whole process, of the whole, you know, mysteries, spiritually speaking, about awakening, about enlightenment, become saint, become Buddhas, becomes whoever that you want to call it. But we have the terms of these people who manage to do it. We call them ascended master. So before we talk about ascended master, well, actually, we can talk about ascended master right now. So ascended master is when you enlightened, when you're still alive, and then you transform to another form of life after this life, after the 3D embodied form of life, which is human, for example. Then you become transcended master after that. So basically, you have to die to become a transcended master. Um, so the final answer you need to answer yourself is, I am that I am, and everyone needs to remember this very well and keep saying it within your mind, your soul, until you really understand what the meaning of it, why we say I am that I am. Because you will realize that you are not the ego things, the unconscious human that you believe you were. And then it opened you another world of living, and another world of practicing your belief, or your new experiences. And you become free after that, become enlightened after that. So I am that I am is the final answer, which is the realizations of who we truly are. Now, the reason why I say I am that I am, because some people say I am who I am. Yes, that is very true, because you are human, so it's who. But some people, they don't want to be human. They just want to be a rock, to be a plant, to be a mountain, to be a cloud, to be an animal, a dog, a pig. That is actually nothing, surprise, because they are who that they are. I am that I am. You are that you are. So it still, depends on the experiences of their soul, what the soul seeking for, and the soul always know the best. So that's all I have for today about the concept of the between phrases of how to solve the matrix. Because when we manage to put all of this knowledge together, it will become um, the full key to unlock the matrix. Before I go, actually, I want to say one more thing. To solve the matrix, it's not about to get out of it, because we need all these egos attached to us. But when we are aware of the ego do not produce karma anymore, if you see what I mean. But you need the ego for the life you are serving, so people still can recognize you as a person with a certain traits, that they can identify you as a person who you play that role of that life. But deep down inside, you have no more, it's you're no longer under control of these egos, and it doesn't produce karma. And thanks to that, you will not have to go back and learn the same things. And if you learn everything already and you're free after death, you can go and experience any other life of elsewhere, other in the space, out other planets, um, or become a tree, for example. It's just the main point that once you manage to get enlightened, awaken first, enlightened, and realize that you are, that's all you need to do, because it will save, it will, how I say, free you from incarnation. It's no longer suffers and having to come back and suffer. And another thing is, people can benefit from this is, once you manage to become enlightened, people in your family, the close people to you, the closer they are, the more benefit they get from this. They also get released, because their consciousness also being upgraded, and they will see things for themselves. So it's a mutual beneficials for everyone. So this is really good things, and I hope my information works. And I try to dedicate this channel for solving the matrix. Speaking of that, I forgot to say. So we not get out of the matrix, but we become it. So it sounds a little bit illogical, because people will ask me, like, so you become the matrix. So what is the difference? The difference is you become the master of it. You become the full versions of the experiences that you seek for. of this life, and you free yourself from the manipulations of the matrix, or at least you're aware of, how to be better and how to be freer. And by being freer, you become more creative, and when you're more creative, you experience a lot more experiences that only you can design and enjoy it yourself for your own desire, the desire of your soul. And that is how and that is actually the meaning of the creations. It's always about new experiences and how to make a breakthrough to allow, the soul to the consciousness to expand and to get more, like fitting the consciousness more with creativities. Because there's only three main major things that the humans doing, or supposed to do, is to learn, to share, and then to create. Because the divine want to experience life in any single corner of life and any possible way of life, as any possible way of life. Okay, guys, so this is all I've got for you today. I hope that the information helps you somehow. If you have any feedback, or if you have any ideas of, any topic that you want me to do, please leave me the comments. And thank you everyone for the support, and I will see you soon. For now, thank you. Bye bye.